Today I propose you a short tutorial on a weaving technique you can use for weaving handles. This interweaving technique seems reliable enough to me. I've woven this basket. It is decorative, I mean the handle is not subject to much pressure and doesn't have to be very strong. So I haven't inserted any wire inside of a handle, though I could have done. So let's try making such a simple handle for this basket. In order to make the handle fit the basket, I've trimmed the edge like this. All the edge trimming techniques I propose can be found in my third book. In order to make the article harmonious looking, I'm going to use a similar pattern in the handle. Here I've interwoven grey and yellow tubes, so I'm going to make a grey and yellow handle as well. Let me tell you a few words how I start making handles. Please note that the handles are meant for a decorative basket like this, not for carrying any heavy things. I've taken 6 tubes, 3 pairs, led them through a few rows of weaving toward the inside and tied them. Then all these tubes go to the opposite side of the basket. They are stuck to each other by some glue. To prevent the handle from falling apart and to make the process of gluing easier, I've wrapped them with a regular 40 weight thread, and then covered with glue once again. Here I've tried interweaving different tubes at different intervals. Look, we interweave with 4 tubes. In my case I've taken 2 brown basic tubes and 4 white working tubes. As a result you get interweaving both from the front and the inside and from both sides. Interweaving like this makes the handle stronger. Here I've put 7 tubes inside and made the same kind of interweaving. This handle is rather massive. If you put a piece of wire inside of at least 1 tube, the handle will be strong enough even for carrying some heavy things. Here I've made interweaving with single-colored tubes. 4 tubes are put inside and interweaving is made with 4 tubes. Please note that here the meshes are prolonged, while here they are shortened. So it's up to you. You may either stretch the meshes or make them shorter. As for me, I personally prefer this variety. And now let's pass on to our basket. So, from one side, here the tubes are fixed and the ends are cut. I put a yellow tube inside. I've dipped it into glue beforehand, in order to wrap the handle with it a little. Shape the handle in a nice looking way. This way make a few coils. Now I have to insert 4 tubes. 2 tubes from one side and 2 tubes from the other side. Here I've added 2 yellow tubes from both sides and continue wrapping the base of the handle up to the required height. Here you can cut a little and you can actually stop here. This way I've wrapped the handle, made 6 coils and inserted the tail into the last coil. Now start interweaving. Here are our 4 working tubes. So continue working. Look, for example, make a cross on the front side to begin with. Place the left tube onto the handle and put the right one onto it. This way we've got our first cross. The next cross is to be under the handle. You may either flatten the tubes or leave them volumetric, it's up to you. So you make the next cross under the handle with another pair of yellow tubes. But look, they have to hold the tubes inside. That's why I place the first tube onto the left tube from the front and lead it downward. Make the same motion with the second tube. Place it onto this tube and lead it downward. It is what we've got. Tighten the tubes here and here, the way you like. If you'd like the handle to be flat, don't tighten. If your handle is supposed to be round in section, do tighten. Now we've got a cross underneath. Now everything's clear. We take our front tubes, they are always in the front. The front tubes lay in the front all the time, while the back tubes lay backward all the time. This way I've placed the tube here and lay this one like this. As I mentioned, I don't like big prolonged rhombuses much, I prefer shorter ones like these. Place the tube, smoothen. The next step. Again, lead the left tube round the upper one and downwards. Here I lead the right tube round the upper one and downward under the left tube. Estimate the approximate size of the rhombus again. So I lead the tube here and here like this. If your rhombus seems to be too big, you can adjust it to the required size, it's no problem. Mine seem to be more or less equal. Cover the front tube again and go down under the tubes. Cover with the right tube, lead it down the tubes and under the left one. And this way continue wrapping up to the end of the handle. Let's have a look once again. Place the left tube in front of the handle and the right one onto it. Take a look at the rhombuses. They are more or less equal. And once again, the left tube from beneath goes up and downwards behind the handle. The right tube goes up and downward behind the handle and behind the left tube. And continue this way up to the end of the handle. Look, I've performed interweaving along the whole handle. Now let's trim the ends of the handle by wrapping them. I've dipped the tube into dragon glue. You can join it here, for example, at about the same height. And trim the end of the handle this way. Cut all the tails of the tubes. Here I've got 6 coils, so we have to trim this end in the same way as that one with the help of 6 coils. Four, 5. Well, I'm afraid I have to lengthen the tube in order to make the last coil. Cut at an angle. Since this is a handle, I drop a little bit of school glue. Tighten this coil again and hold the 6th coil. That's it, everything's fine. As with this tail, as a rule, I insert it inside like this and cover with glue thoroughly. You can use dragon glue, of course, but the article is going to be primed and varnished anyway. That's all. Everything is reliably fixed, so you can do without the help of any closing clips. Well, here I've got one excessive coil anyway. In this case, you can either add a missing coil or leave it the way it is, if it's of no big importance to you. Well, I hope you'll forgive me my mistake, since I was demonstrating a tutorial. So we've got such a handle. Please note that there are crosses even on the side of the handle, as well as all over the handle. Look, even without priming, varnishing and wiring, it is rather strong anyway. After being primed and varnished, it will be strong enough for a decorative basket. That's all. Thank you for being with us. You're welcome to contact us with your comments, wishes and notes. Good luck and all the best to you. We are always eager to help you.